Tonight, preparing for New Year's Eve, how Superior bars are bracing for an influx of Minnesota patrons to ring in 2021. And staying safe on the ice. After a handful of breakthroughs this year, the DNR has some helpful tips and reminders that could save a life. Plus, vaccinating the fire department. Duluth fire crews get their COVID vaccinations beginning today.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mack. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with an update from yesterday's shooting. Duluth police say the victim is in critical condition today. It happened around 2:45 at an apartment near Lake Avenue and 4th Street. Authorities say the incident was not random and there is no danger to the public. Police are now looking for any security camera footage from the area. If you have some, you're asked to call police. Police have not shared any specifics about who or how many suspects they may be looking for. We'll bring you any updates as they become available. Meanwhile, authorities are still searching for a suspect 2 days after a 16-year-old was killed on the Fond du Lac reservation. It happened around 1:15 on Monday morning. Authorities have issued a second-degree manslaughter warrant for Joseph Forencam, who is not in custody. He may be armed. If you see him, you're asked to call 911. All right, let's jump over for a quick look at the weather. Dave, the snow has come and gone and left a beautiful scene behind it, huh?
Yeah, it looked very pretty out there, especially as things slowly cleared this afternoon. Sunshine taking over from the gray sky. That hasn't completely happened to our entire region.
Okay.
Still, some folks in the UP could see a few more hours worth of snow showers, but the rest of us are clearing up, and our hard-working road crews are cleaning up our roads. Still a little bit less than perfect in Minnesota. Most roads reported as having scattered slippery spots on them, so drive cautiously. Tonight into Wisconsin, things on 35 and 53 have already improved greatly. Good driving condition there, but 263 and 13 are still peppered with a couple of slippery spots here and there. And then, since there's still a chance for snow towards the UP, still some snow-covered roads there. Bottom line is, of course, drive cautiously now and forever. Dry tonight as our low-pressure system leaves and higher pressure takes over to bring us sunshine for Thursday and Friday, and perhaps even beyond, and mild weather, too. Temperatures near normal to start and maybe warmer than normal as next week unfolds. But for the short term, Thursday will be close to normal, all right, with a high temp of around 20 with some sunshine. Our next snow chance is later on next week, and I'll talk about when that one could come around coming up in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New snow can make it tough to safely navigate our frozen lakes. There have already been a handful of people who put their ATV or snowmobile through local lakes. That's why the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is reminding people to be safe as they head out to snowshoe, ski, or ice fish.
Oh, it's great. Love taking the kids ice fishing. They're always into it and, enjoy it.
There are parts of Lake Minnetonka right now where the fish are really biting.
Lots of walleye, sunfish, even a couple northern, so it was a good day.
There's a solid 10 inches on Lake Minnetonka where these anglers are fishing, but conditions vary across the lake and across the state.
And you want to see at least 4 inches of clear, solid ice before stepping foot on the ice.
And 5 to 7 inches are needed before you take an ATV or snowmobile on a frozen lake. Ice chisels are recommended to check the ice first. The DNR also wants people to carry ice picks and even wear life jackets in case the worst happens, knowing that more and more people are heading outdoors during the pandemic. With more snow on the way, the DNR says snow can hinder ice making. It acts as insulation and keeps ice from forming. The size and depth of the lake also matter, as do unseen currents below the ice. Sheriff's departments are responsible for thin ice signs, but Water Patrol says it's best to approach each excursion with the mindset that no ice is completely safe.
People are ready to have something to do, so they try to get out too early, but you just got to wait and be safe.
I know people get anxious to get out there and stuff, but gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta be safe.
The DNR also recommends 8 to 12 inches of ice are needed for a car or small pickup and 12 to 15 inches of ice for a medium-sized truck. Minnesota health officials are breaking down the progress they've made on vaccinating people against COVID-19. Director of Infectious Disease Chris Erzman said we are still in phase 1A, which is healthcare and long-term care facility workers. If you are someone who she described as an average Minnesotan, meaning you're not in a high-risk age group, you're not an essential worker, and you don't have any underlying health conditions, Erisman says you should not expect to get this vaccine until late spring or early summer. She also said the vaccine is being distributed at an unprecedented pace, considering today is the 1-year mark since the virus was first discovered in China.
And the fact that we even have a vaccine within a year of that first notification is remarkable. And the fact that we've vaccinated thousands of people in our state already is even more remarkable. Of course, we all want this to be over, and we all want more vaccine to be available right now.
Some good news to share. Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm says our case growth in Minnesota is down 60% since the peak in mid-November. However, she said testing is down and we're still at a high level of viral spread in our state, even though it's improving. She said she's having daily conversations with Governor Walz about this trend and how it will impact his decision on indoor dining at the end of his executive order next month. More than 100 firefighters in Duluth are set to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Almost half of them got their first dose this morning. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez explains how this will help them save lives.
Well, it's been a long year.
2020 is ending with some hope.
It gives us a sense that there's kind of light at the end of the tunnel.
Everyone felt the shockwave of the coronavirus. The Duluth Fire Department had to tighten up restrictions.
A lot of our community outreach programs had to be postponed or canceled, both for elderly adults and also for school-aged children.
And keep their staff in designated areas. They also added some extra steps into their daily work.
Wearing N95 masks, wearing face shields, wearing gowns on all of our medicals, working with Mayo Ambulance Service on how we actually respond and go into a building or into a residence.
Duluth Fire Chief Sean Crochet says he's hopeful things will change after Wednesday, as one by one, firefighters got the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
By getting this shot, better protects myself, and all of our members are now a lot safer.
For us, it just helps us feel a little bit safer at home and to know that we're not going to bring anything in that could potentially hurt our families.
Firefighters had to be broken into 2 groups so the other half could be available to respond to emergencies. The rest will get theirs next week. After some uncertainty for the Superior Fire Department,
would give us another layer of protection that we have yet to see.
They got some good news Wednesday afternoon. Chief Scott Gordon said he got the call that his crews will start getting vaccinated within the next couple of days.
We're just trying to serve our community as best we can.
The Duluth Fire crew got the Moderna vaccine, which requires a second dose. Chief Crochet says they're working with the county to schedule that. We also reached out to local police departments to see when they'll get the vaccine. We have not yet heard back. New Year's Eve is just a few days away, and while bars and restaurants in Minnesota will not be open, those in Wisconsin will. CBS 3's Natalie Grant spoke to Superior leaders on how they are urging people to stay safe this year.
Most years on New Year's Eve, bars and restaurants on Tower Avenue in Superior are filled with people ringing in the new year. But this year, city leaders are urging people to stay safe and think twice before going out to celebrate. Although restrictions are in place, many Superior bars and restaurants are seeing an increase in traffic from across the bridge in Minnesota. Superior Mayor Jim Payne says that he is expecting New Year's Eve to be no exception and is hoping those who choose to go out are being safe.
I think it's also important to remember that even if you think that the risk of COVID is fairly low for you because you're either healthy or young, that you could spread it to somebody that is much more vulnerable. And as much as none of us want to get very sick ourselves, we certainly don't want to be responsible for somebody else's very serious health crisis.
Mayor Payne also adding that he hopes that business owners make the health and safety of their customers and employees their first priority by continuing to wear masks and provide extra sanitization efforts that night. And coming up tonight at 10, we're hearing from one Superior restaurant on their plans for New Year's Eve and how they're continuing to keep people safe during the pandemic.
All right, thanks, Natalie. Meanwhile, an explosive device was found at a Duluth dump Saturday. Now, the Western Lake Superior Sanitary District wants you to know what to look out for. WLSSD officials found a hand grenade wrapped in bubble wrap. It was inside a metal tin in the mixed waste area at the dump off Ridgeview Road. Staff moved everyone off-site before authorities removed the device. WLSSD says they think someone just wanted to throw it away, not harm anyone. If you do find a possible explosive device, you should go somewhere safe and call 911 right away. Still to come on Live, local CBS3 snowplow drivers are busy this time of year keeping the roads clean. How some new technology could make their jobs easier. That coming up next.
43 is our record high from 19.1. Today we almost got halfway there, and as the rest of the week comes across, we may get 2/3 of the way. 30s are possible next week. Will it get any warmer than that with this mini warm spell coming our way? We'll talk about that and any additional snow chances in more detail in a few more minutes.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Your business relies heavily on IT. Whether you know it or not, you need local experts that can solve any IT problem. You need Citin. Proudly serving the Northland since 1994 and trusted by businesses just like yours. Citin, always on.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Everything that happens on a day-to-day basis in terms of news, no matter what happens in news, weather is always constant, weather is always changing as well, so it's still an important role as the meteorologist to kind of still stay grounded and to kind of just know that role and what to take and kind of just make sure you're delivering what's the most important for your viewers. But then also I like to touch base on the national things. All of those news stories also tie in with weather stories because they do go kind of hand in hand.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show!
I can't even hug her. I'm touching people. I'm touching you. I'm touching you.
This show is about connection. And not even 2020 and socially distancing ourselves are going to get in the way of that.
Are we 6 feet apart?
Let's just check it out.
The major key is to make sure they watch the Kelly Clarkson Show.
The historic gateway to Duluth, the St. Louis County Depot, is now the heart and soul of arts, culture, and history in our region. And now more than ever, we need the joy found through the arts, the graceful beauty of dance, drama, and excitement, the works of artists and artisans, our long and proud history preserved, and music to inspire. The Depot United campaign raises funds for all the organizations at the Depot. We need your support now more than ever. Donate through the mail or go online. Arts, culture, and history need you.
It is the question that matters the most. ¿Dónde está? That takes you behind the story. Robert. It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of that?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Snow totals from last night ran about 3 to 6 inches for most places. That was the predicted level, and sometimes we do get it right. But for the South Shore, especially towards the Bayfield Peninsula, not quite there. Doubled the expectations there. Cornucopia, for example, 12 inches. But Superior made 5, and Mattawa did as well. So did Guile and Duluth. A little bit less than Chisholm at 4 inches. Hoyt Lakes managed 4 inches as well. Ironwood, at least from the report that came in at 8 o'clock in the morning, only 3 inches, which is pretty low for the snow belt. But those folks there still have a chance for a few more hours of light snow. Odds are pretty good that number's already gone up and could go up a little bit more here before high pressure takes over the entire region by tomorrow to bring us some sunshine, but not bitterly cold temperatures. All right, what kind of temperatures are we getting right now? We'll take a look at Duluth International's current conditions here after we eye up downtown Two Harbors one more time. And last night's snow blessed them with some fresh snow there as well, which of course is a big deal to the tourist industry. Right now at the airport, there's the numbers. 20 degrees is the temp, 74% for the relative humidity. Westerly, northwesterly winds going 14 miles per hour. And by the lake, it could go even higher than that. So especially on the North Shore tonight, if you've got a place right by the lake, you could get whipped by winds that go even higher than that, so watch out. 29.95 inches of mercury is the air pressure, holding steady just around the neutral zone because we switch out low pressure for higher pressure. Tomorrow barometer readings should be higher than normal, and the result will be a fairly sunny sky. Current temps 19 to 20 in the Upper Peninsula, about 21 to 24 here in northwestern Wisconsin, 21 Hayward, 24 towards La Pointe, and Superior's in between. Lower 20s for east central Minnesota, upper teens for the North Shore, and about 14 to 20 here for our Iron Range communities and border country. Low temps tonight will get a little bit chilly as they drop into the single digits for just about every town, except maybe lower teens right by the lake. And that's really not so bad because often when a low leaves, Arctic air comes charging in. But the high pressure that's going to affect us here is from the west rather than the northwest. And so we're not going to take that really bitter plunge. Doppler map right now shows the snow showers of last night and earlier today have pretty much departed our picture, though keep in mind, in the snow belt, you may get a little bit more here for the next 3 or 4 hours or so, but then higher pressure takes over the entire region Thursday through Tuesday, and we'll have fairly sunny conditions and fairly mild temperatures as well, starting near normal for tomorrow and Friday, maybe through the weekend, but then picking up to about 30 next week. Just in time for this low-pressure system from the west to get to us and use that heat energy for making moisture and lift, and we'll get our next snow chance then. But if you're a real snow fan and you want even more, it's only a 30% shot. All right, tonight, what do we get as far as temps go in Minnesota? Could be as cool as 3 over towards Hibbing and Chisholm, and as warm as 10 for Park Point and Grand Marais by the lake. Partly cloudy sky from the high coming aboard. Partly cloudy Wisconsin. Flurries may still pop up in the UP. Low temps there, 5 to 9 above. For tomorrow, warmer than normal with highs near 25. Wisconsin, Michigan, partly cloudy sky. Minnesotans get that as well with high temps 20 to 24, and that's warmer than normal by at least a degree. And we just keep increasing slowly and surely here as the rest of the week unfolds, going from 20 Thursday to 32 on Monday. Sunshine wobbles back and forth between mostly sunny and partly sunny. Fairly mild though Monday, Tuesday. And then, Tony, right now it doesn't look like anything to really get upset about. 30% chance for what's probably going to be light snow on Wednesday.
Looks pretty decent. Thanks, Dave. New technology is being tested to improve snow removal in Minnesota. MnDOT is testing it in northwestern Minnesota. Their research and training engineer calls it an experimental project. 2 trucks are using equipment designed to improve the plow truck. Experts say 3 plows that are more maneuverable and could clear roads more quickly. The slurry spreaders being evaluated are supposed to be more directional, so it spreads more evenly and is less corrosive to the trucks.
We're hopeful that this will see a substantial opportunity here to preserve our trucks and keep them in better shape. It's just kind of all trying to get more innovative pieces of our winter maintenance program together and working.
The goal is to be more efficient, cost-effective, and environmentally sustainable. Snowmobile trails are now open in Bayfield County. County officials say conditions of the trails are in early season. Little snow and cold temperatures have caused swamps and wet grounds to freeze. Most trails have been packed, while some in the northern part of the county have been groomed. Officials say riders should use caution. We have more details on our website. Still ahead in sports, UMD basketball is back this weekend. Kelly is in with the preview coming up next.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS3. When When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Automobile collision injuries involving taxis, Ubers, lifts, buses, semis, and motorcycles. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Ring in 2021 at the biggest cash bash of the year. New Year's Eve hot seats and drawings at Black Bear Casino Resort. On New Year's Eve from 5 p.m. until 2 a.m. New Year's morning, 2 hot seat players each hour will win up to $750 cash. And 5 drawings each hour will start the new year off right for the lucky winners with up to $7,500 cash. That's 70 winners for a grand total of $50,000. Earn entry starting December 26th. Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com for more information and make the Bear your place.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers get paid training to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. Army National Guard soldiers are learning skills that can set them up for success with companies looking to hire the best.
The Army National Guard basically built my resume for me.
Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting nationalguard.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Hunter, president of your local United Way. Head of the Lakes United Way fights for the basic needs, education, financial stability, and health of every person in every community that we serve. We fund more than 70 local nonprofit programs in our region. Now more than ever, our communities need your support. Invest in your community. Give where you live. Join us and live united. Head of the Lakes United Way. Give, advocate, volunteer. HLUnitedWay.org/donate.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
This weekend is one step closer to normal life in the world of local sports. Both the UMD hockey and basketball teams will be back in action. I can't wipe the smile from my face. We'll start with the women's basketball team. The Bulldogs have high hopes for this season after reaching the NCAA tournament a year ago. They're returning the NSIC preseason player of the year in Brooke Olson, and it's no surprise that they've been picked to win the conference once again in 2021.
I would say our confidence is really good. The best part is we return all but 2 players, and we have some freshmen who can, do some really good things on the basketball court. And in my opinion, I think almost every single person on our team came back better than when they left.
Just trying to find different ways that we can bring our own energy. That's something we'll definitely have to learn as the season goes on, but hopefully we can come together as a team and build our own energy and not have to feed off what we're used to. So
they'll open up at Winona State this Saturday afternoon. The men's team couldn't be in a more different situation. They graduated their all-time leading scorer in Brandon Meyer, along with standout transfer Alex Ilikainen. Over half of their roster this year is made up of freshmen. Their lone upperclassman is junior Mason Steffen, although redshirt sophomore Drew Blair will be stepping up into a larger role this season as well. Head coach Justin Wick says it's no problem, though.
We have a lot of guys that kind of had the luxury last year of
coming off the bench. They didn't need to score a ton just because we were so, so much dominated by Meyer and Illiken. And then we've got a ton of really talented freshmen. They're all really long, athletic guys that can score the ball, guys that play extremely hard.
It's been a grind the last probably 3 to 4 months. So I think we're just excited to get out there and all be on the same team and play against an opponent. So.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl, Wisconsin matching up with Wake Forest, both coming in at 500. We'll skip ahead to the third quarter, tied at 14. But the Demon Deacons grabbed the lead. Sam Hartman threads the needle. But the Badgers have an answer off of a kick return. Graham Mertz powers his way in at the goal line to tie things back up. So we've got ourselves a game. Nearing the end of the quarter, Bucky threatening again. This time Mertz does it with his arm, finding Mason Stokes. Shout out to the Big Rivers, the pride of Menominee. Can you tell my Wisconsin colleague wrote these highlights? And this was really the story of the game right here. Hartman threw a 4 second-half interceptions to Jim Leonard's defense, and Wisconsin blows it open. They're your 2020 Mayonnaise Bowl champions. And I'm going to go to this next story because isn't this just 2020 in a nutshell? It would seem that the Wisconsin football team was having too much fun after their win at the Wisconsin Mayo Bowl, or the Duke's Mayo Bowl. What was it called? Because they broke the trophy they just received in the locker room following the celebration. You could not have played that out better. Just the pure shock of, well, we won.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's the Mayonnaise Bowl?
It's a new addition to the long list of bowls.
Oh, when will it stop?
Haven't you ever had just like a big, nice bowl of mayonnaise? That sounds disgusting. There's nothing appetizing
In
about
fact,
that
I'm just going to
bowl.
thank you, Kelly, and we're going to move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, early census tallies show the state of Minnesota is more than 25,000 people short of holding on to all 8 of its congressional seats. Tonight, we will hear from a political analyst who will break down its impacts it could have on the Northland. And let's get one last look at the weather. Dave, pretty chilly out there, but hey, the snow stopped and it's not overly freezing.
No, it's not overly freezing. Our low temps tonight will be in the single digits, but above 0 rather than below. And then tomorrow we go towards a degree or 2 warmer than normal. On that note, here comes our 7-day forecast to show that high pressure taking over from last night's low will make it clear to partly cloudy with a high of 20. The normal's 19. For Friday, even sunnier and even warmer, and that trend continues through Saturday, Sunday, into Monday and Tuesday, where we crack 30 degrees. Clouds should go from very sunny to only partly sunny, but dry from now until Tuesday. Wednesday's our next snow chance. Right now it looks just like a 30% shot, and if it pays off, not much should add up, but of course things could change in a week, and we'll keep tracking that thing into the new year if need be.
All right, that sounds good. It's that time of year where we just either get cold or we get snow, and it seems to be a never-ending cycle. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again at 10 o'clock.